Let's get one thing straight. If you're here for a pat on the back, a participation trophy, or some feel-good nonsense, you're in the wrong place. Click away. I'm not here to be your friend, I'm here to tell you the truth. The kind of truth that stings, the kind that makes you uncomfortable, because that's where real growth happens. It's not in some warm, fuzzy fantasy land. It's in the cold, hard reality of what it takes to win in business and in life. This isn't about hurting your feelings, it's about saving you from a life of mediocrity. It's financial tough love. I've sat in the tank, I've listened to thousands of pitches, and I can smell a loser from a mile away. They all have one thing in common: they're allergic to the truth. They want the world to bend to their will, to hand them success on a silver platter. That's not how it works. The market is ruthless, and life is even more so. The 10 truths I'm about to share with you are not sugar-coated. They are the brutal, unvarnished principles that separate the cockroaches from the kings, the zeros from the heroes. So listen up, absorb this. If you can stomach these harsh realities, if you can internalize them and let them guide your actions, you might just have a fighting chance. This isn't just another motivational video, this is a wake-up call. The difference between you and the people you admire is that they accepted these truths long ago. Your journey to real, tangible, measurable success starts right now, by accepting what others are too weak to hear. Don't be a crybaby, be a winner. You want to be successful? Of course you do. Everyone wants it. But here's the first cold splash of water to the face. Success and comfort are mortal enemies. They cannot and will not coexist in the same room. You think you can build an empire from your cozy little couch, binge-watching the latest series while dreaming of your first million? It's a delusion. Every minute you spend seeking comfort is a minute you're not spending building your future. It's a simple, brutal equation. Think of it like this: your life is a balance sheet. On one side you have assets, your skills, your time, your focus. On the other, liabilities, your distractions, your short-term pleasures, your desire to take it easy. Right now your comfort is your biggest liability. That extra hour of sleep, that night out with friends when you should be working on your business plan, that decision to avoid a difficult conversation, it's all debt. You're borrowing from your future self, and the interest is compounded failure. The path to wealth is paved with the things you were willing to give up. It's paved with missed parties, early mornings, and late nights. It's the sacrifice of saying no to instant gratification, so you can say yes to long-term freedom. While your friends are enjoying their weekends, you should be building your legacy. While they're spending their money on frivolous junk, you should be investing in yourself and your ventures. It's not glamorous, it's not fun, but it's the only way. Look at anyone who has achieved something truly remarkable. Ask them about their journey. They won't tell you it was easy. They'll tell you about the relationships that strained, the hobbies they abandoned, the sleep they lost. They understood that to gain something of immense value, you must be willing to trade something of lesser value. Your comfort is that lesser value. It feels good now, but it will leave you with nothing later. So you have a choice. You can stay in your warm, comfortable little nest, dreaming of a life you'll never have. Or, you can step out into the cold. You can embrace the discomfort of discipline, the grind of hard work, the pain of sacrifice. One path leads to a lifetime of regret and what-ifs. The other path, the difficult one, is the only one that leads to the top of the mountain. The question isn't whether you can sacrifice your comfort. The question is, are you willing to? Because if you're not, you've already lost. You're just another dreamer who's afraid to wake up and do the work. Stop choosing comfort. Choose the difficult path. Choose the path that leads to somewhere, not the one that keeps you exactly where you are. That's the first non-negotiable price of admission to the world of success. Let me tell you about the most useless emotion in business: motivation. It's a fleeting, flimsy, unreliable feeling. It's like a sugar rush. It feels great for a moment, and then you crash, leaving you worse off than before. People come to me all the time saying, "Kevin, I'm just not motivated today." And I tell them, so what? Do you think I wake up every single morning bursting with motivation to review financial statements or sit through another pitch? Absolutely not. Motivation is for amateurs. It's for hobbyists. Professionals, the ones who actually make money, rely on something far more powerful, far more dependable: discipline. Discipline is the engine that drives the vehicle of success. Motivation is like a cheap firework, a quick bright flash and then nothing. Discipline is the sun. It shows up every single day, whether it feels like it or not. It's the commitment you make to yourself to do the work, regardless of how you feel. Think about it. When the alarm goes off at 5 a.m. for you to hit the gym or start working on your side hustle, motivation is nowhere to be found. It's still sleeping, cozy in its bed. But discipline is what pulls you out of that bed. It's what forces you to put on your shoes and do the thing you said you were going to do. It's the ultimate form of self-respect, honoring the promises you make to yourself. Building discipline is like building a muscle. It hurts at first. It requires you to push against resistance. The first day you force yourself to work for an hour when you'd rather be watching TV is painful. The second day is slightly less so. After a month, it becomes a habit. After a year, it becomes part of your identity. You are no longer the person who needs motivation, you are the person who is disciplined. That is a seismic shift in who you are. Stop waiting for the right mood to strike. The right mood is a myth created by people who are looking for an excuse not to start. You don't need a muse, you need a schedule. You don't need a burst of inspiration, you need a system. Block out the time in your calendar. Set non-negotiable rules for yourself. Do the work. The motivation might or might not show up along the way. It doesn't matter. The work gets done regardless. The most successful people on this planet are not the most motivated. They are the most disciplined. They have built an internal infrastructure of habits and routines that guarantees progress, day in and day out. They have divorced their actions from their feelings. That's the secret. So stop chasing the fleeting high of motivation and start embracing the cold, hard, beautiful power of discipline. It's the only thing that will carry you across the finish line. I want to talk about failure, not in the way your parents did, as something to be avoided at all costs. I'm talking about failure as a fundamental, unavoidable, and absolutely necessary part of the journey. If you have not failed, and failed spectacularly, you have not tried anything of significance. You're playing in the kiddie pool, afraid to get into the deep end of the ocean where the treasures are. Every single successful entrepreneur I know has a graveyard of failed ideas behind them. I've had more failures than you've had hot dinners. Businesses that went to zero, investments that were complete dogs, ideas that I thought were brilliant but the market told me were garbage. And you know what? I love those failures. Each one was a lesson. Each one was a masterclass in what not to do. Failure is the tuition you pay for your education in the real world. You can read all the business books you want, but nothing teaches you like losing your own money. The problem is that society has taught you to be terrified of failure. It's seen as a mark of shame, an endpoint. That's nonsense. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone to success. It's data. When an experiment in a lab fails, the scientist doesn't burst into tears and quit. They analyze the data, figure out what went wrong, adjust the variables, and run the experiment again. That's the mindset you need to adopt. Every no you get from an investor, every product that doesn't sell, every marketing campaign that flops, it's just feedback. It's the market telling you, not this way, try another. The people who lose are the ones who take it personally. They let the failure define them. They think, I am a failure. The winners think, the idea failed, the strategy failed. Now what did I learn? It's a crucial distinction that separates the bankrupt from the billionaires. So I want you to reframe your relationship with failure. Start seeking it out, I'm serious. If you're not getting rejected, you're not asking for enough. If you're not making mistakes, you're not moving fast enough. Go out there and try something so ambitious that you are likely to fail. Because in that attempt, you will learn more than you would in a year of playing it safe. The pain of failure is temporary, but the lessons last a lifetime. Your fear of looking stupid is the most expensive thing you own. It's costing you opportunities, it's costing you growth, and ultimately, it's costing you money. Embrace the failures. Wear them as badges of honor. They are proof that you are in the arena, that you are fighting, that you are daring greatly. The only true failure is the failure to try. Now stop being afraid and go get your hands dirty. Go fail your way to success. Let's get this perfectly clear because, honestly, it seems a lot of people are confused. Nobody owes you a damn thing. Not your parents, not your teachers, not the government, and certainly not the market. The universe is not conspiring to make you successful. There is no cosmic committee waiting to hand you a check because you have a good idea or because you work hard. This sense of entitlement is a poison that just rots ambition from the inside out. It is the single greatest enemy of progress. I see it every day. People walk into the tank with a mediocre idea and act as if they are bestowing a gift upon us. They believe they are to my money simply because they showed up. They believe they deserve success because they have a passion. Let me tell you, passion doesn't pay the bills. The world is filled with passionate, broke people. Your passion is worthless until you can execute on it in a way that provides value to someone else. You are not owed a customer. You have to earn their trust and their money by providing a product or service that is better, faster, or cheaper than the alternative. You are not owed a promotion. You have to earn it by consistently delivering results that exceed expectations and making your boss's life easier. You are not owed respect. You have to earn it through your actions, your integrity, and your competence. Everything of value in this life must be earned. This mindset shift is critical. When you believe you are owed something, you become passive. You wait, you complain when it doesn't arrive. You blame external forces for your lack of success. You become a victim. And let me tell you, victims don't build empires. Victims don't close deals. Victims end up with nothing but a long list of excuses. It's a pathetic way to live. The moment you accept that you are owed nothing is the moment you become truly powerful. Because then, you realize it's all on you. Your success or failure rests squarely on your shoulders. It's a terrifying thought for some, but it's the most liberating realization you can have. It means you are in control. You are the architect of your own destiny. You stop waiting and you start building. You stop complaining and you start creating. So, eradicate the word deserve from your vocabulary when it comes to your own success. You don't deserve anything you haven't earned through sweat, risk, and relentless execution. The market is the ultimate meritocracy. It doesn't care about your feelings, your background, or your sob story. It only cares about one thing: value. Can you create it? Can you deliver it? If you can, you will be rewarded. If you can't, you will be ignored. It's that simple. Now go out and earn your place. You've heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It's not just a cute motivational quote, it's a mathematical certainty. Look at your closest friends. Look at their ambition, their habits, their bank accounts. That's a preview of your future. If you are surrounding yourself with people who are complacent, negative, and unambitious, you are committing financial suicide. It's like trying to swim to shore with an anchor tied around your neck. Your network is not just about socializing, it's about your standards. If your friends are constantly complaining about their jobs but doing nothing to change their situation, that becomes your normal. If they spend all their money on fleeting pleasures and have no concept of investing, that becomes your normal. Their low expectations, their lack of discipline, their acceptance of mediocrity, it all seeps into your mindset like a slow-acting poison. You can't hang around dogs and expect to learn how to hunt with the lions. This is one of the harshest truths because it often involves people you care about. It might be your childhood friends or even family members, but you have to make a choice. Is your loyalty to your past, or is it to your future? You must be ruthless in auditing your inner circle. Ask yourself, does this person inspire me or drain me? Do our conversations revolve around possibilities or problems? When I leave their company, do I feel energized to conquer the world, or do I feel like taking a nap? I'm not saying you have to cut everyone off and become a hermit, but you must consciously architect your environment. Actively seek out people who are playing the game at a higher level than you are. Find mentors. Join mastermind groups. Go to industry events where the winners congregate. You need to be the dumbest person in the room, constantly learning from those ahead of you. Their success will become your new benchmark. Their work ethic will become your new standard. This is how your network directly impacts your net worth. It's not just about connections in the traditional sense. It's about the transfer of knowledge, mindset, and opportunity. When you're in the right rooms, you overhear conversations about investments you didn't know existed. You learn about strategies you'd never considered. Opportunities find you because you are in the orbit of successful people. Proximity is power. Make a list of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Be brutally honest with yourself about how they are impacting your trajectory. If they aren't pushing you forward, they are holding you back. It's a simple binary choice. You can either change your people, or they will change you. And if you're serious about success, you know which one it has to be. Start curating your circle as if your entire future depends on it, because it does. Ideal in assets. Stocks, bonds, real estate, businesses. But let me tell you about the single most valuable asset you will ever possess. An asset that once spent can never be recovered. It's not money, you can always make more money. It's time. Every single second that ticks by is a piece of your life that is gone forever. And most of you are squandering it as if you have an infinite supply. It's financial insanity. Think of your life as a bank account. But instead of dollars, it's endowed with seconds. From the moment you're born, you're only ever making withdrawals. You have no idea what the starting balance was, and you don't know when it will hit zero. Yet, you spend this priceless, non-renewable resource scrolling through mindless social media feeds, binge-watching shows you'll forget next week, and engaging in pointless arguments. You are literally setting your life on fire for cheap entertainment. Every successful person I know is pathologically obsessed with their time. They treat it with more reverence than their money. They understand that a wasted hour is not just a wasted hour, it's a lost opportunity to learn, to build, to connect, to create value. They conduct ruthless audits of their schedules, cutting out anything that doesn't align with their primary goals. They understand the concept of opportunity cost. The time spent on a low-value activity is time that be spent on a high-value one. You need to start thinking like a CEO of your own life, and time is your primary capital. Where are you investing it? Is it being invested in activities that will yield a future return, like learning a new skill, building your business, or strengthening key relationships? Or is it being spent on liabilities, activities that provide a fleeting moment of pleasure, but leave you with nothing to show for it? Be honest. Track your time for a week. The results will likely horrify you. This isn't about working 24/7. That's a fool's game. It's about being intentional. It's about leverage. It's about making sure that when you are working, you are focused on the 20% of activities that will generate 80% of your results. And when you are resting, you are truly resting, so you can come back stronger. It's about eliminating the in-between time, the mindless, purposeless drift that consumes most people's lives. Stop saying I don't have time. It's the biggest lie you tell yourself. You have the same 24 hours in a day as everyone else on this planet. The difference is prioritization. You have time for what's important to you. If you're not working on your dreams, it's because you've decided that something else, scrolling on your phone, watching TV, complaining, is more important. It's a choice. Start making better choices. Your time is your life. Stop wasting it. If you want to know why someone is failing in life, you don't need to look at their bank statement. You just need to listen to them talk for like 5 minutes. I guarantee you'll hear a litany of excuses. The economy is bad, I don't have the right connections, I'm too old, I'm too young, I don't have enough capital, I'm not smart enough. It's honestly an endless, pathetic soundtrack of victimhood. Let me be clear. Excuses are the building blocks of a life of failure. An excuse is a story you tell yourself to make it okay to quit. It's a beautifully crafted justification for your own inaction. It shifts the blame from you, where it belongs, to some external force you can't control. And once you do that, you've given away all your power. You've essentially said, my success is not up to me. It's the most cowardly act an aspiring entrepreneur can commit. Winners don't make excuses, they make progress. Think of your goals as a destination. An excuse is an unscheduled, unapproved exit off the highway. It takes you off course and leaves you stranded in a town called nowhere. Every time you make an excuse, you are reinforcing the belief that you are not in control. You're training your brain to look for reasons why you can't do something instead of finding ways you can. It becomes a habit, and that habit will keep you poor and miserable forever. I don't care what your excuse is. It's irrelevant. For every reason you have for why you can't do something, I can find you thousands of people with the same or worse circumstances who found a way to succeed. People with less money, less education, and less support who refuse to let their situation be their story. They didn't have time for excuses because they were too busy working. They treated obstacles not as stop signs but as detours to be navigated. You must declare a personal war on your own excuses. The moment you hear one starting to form in your mind, you must crush it, annihilate it. Replace it with a question. Okay, this is the obstacle. Now what am I going to do about it? This simple shift in language changes everything. It moves you from a passive victim to an active problem solver. It puts you back in the driver's seat of your own life. Stop telling me, and more importantly, stop telling yourself why you can't. It's boring and it's a lie. You can, you just have to want it badly enough to stop accepting your own boast. Excuses don't build empires, they don't fund startups, they don't create wealth. They only build a prison of mediocrity with walls made of your own justifications. Tear them down, take ownership. The day you stop making excuses is the day you start winning. Your comfort zone. It sounds so nice, doesn't it? So warm, so safe, so secure. It's a beautiful, peaceful place. But let me tell you what it really is. It's a graveyard. It's where dreams go to die. It's where potential withers on the vine. Nothing of value has ever been created, built, or achieved from within the confines of a comfort zone. Every single breakthrough in your life will happen one step outside of it. Growth and comfort are fundamentally incompatible. To grow, you must stretch. You must challenge yourself. You must put yourself in situations that are uncertain and uncomfortable. Your brain is wired to resist this. It's a survival mechanism. It wants to keep you safe from perceived threats. The threat of rejection, the threat of failure, the threat of looking foolish. But in the modern world, this safety mechanism has become a cage. Think about the things you need to do to succeed. Making a cold call, pitching an investor, speaking in public, launching a new product. Every single one of those actions involves fear and discomfort. Your comfort zone will scream at you to avoid them. It will tell you, don't do it, it's scary. What if they say no? What if you fail? And if you listen to that voice, you will remain exactly where you are forever. The most successful people I know have learned to make discomfort their new normal. They have intentionally rewired their brains to associate the feeling of fear not with danger, but with growth. When they feel that knot in their stomach, they don't retreat. They lean in. They take a deep breath, and they do the scary thing anyway. They understand that the fear is a compass, pointing them directly toward the action they need to take next. You must start to systematically and intentionally expand the edges of your comfort zone. Do one thing every single day that scares you. Send that email you've been putting off, make that phone call, sign up for that public speaking class, ask for the sale. Each time you do this, your comfort zone expands. The thing that was terrifying last week becomes manageable this week, and routine next month. You are building your courage muscle. Your dreams are on the other side of your fear. They are waiting for you in the land of discomfort. You can stand on the edge, looking over at the life you want, forever paralyzed by the fear of taking that first step. Or you can accept that the discomfort is the price of admission. It's the toll you have to pay to cross the bridge from where you are to where you want to be. Stop living in a coffin, step out, embrace the discomfort. That's where life begins. Everyone loves the idea of intensity. The all-nighter fueled by caffeine, the heroic 18-hour workday to meet a deadline, the massive action blitz. It looks great in movies and it makes for a good story. But let me tell you a secret. Intensity is for amateurs. It's a short-term, unsustainable burst that almost always leads to burnout. The real game, the war for long-term success, is not won by intensity, it's won by consistency. Think of it like this. Who wins a fight? The person who throws one massive wild haymaker and misses, or the person who lands 100 precise, disciplined jabs over and over again? Who builds a canyon? A single violent flash flood or a small river that flows relentlessly day after day for millions of years? The answer is obvious. The power is not in the size of the effort in any given moment, but in the relentless application of that effort over time. Motivation will get you to go to the gym once and have an intense workout that leaves you sore for a week. Consistency is what gets you to go 3 times a week every week for a decade, even on the days you don't feel like it. Which one do you think builds a stronger body? It's the same in business. A burst of inspiration might help you build a website in a weekend, but consistency is what gets you to create content, market your product, and talk to customers every single day. The problem with relying on intensity is that it's not a strategy, it's a gamble. You're betting that you can achieve everything in short, heroic sprints. But life gets in the way. You get tired, you get sick, you lose motivation. And then what? You have nothing to fall back on. The person who relies on consistency, however, has built a system. They have a baseline of activity that they hit no matter what. Their progress is slower, perhaps, but it is inevitable. It compounds. This is the magic of compounding. A small, consistent effort doesn't seem like much on day 1, or even on day 30, but over a year, 2 years, 5 years, the results are staggering. The consistent person laps the intense person 100 times over. They build momentum that becomes an unstoppable force. Showing up every day, even for just 30 minutes, is infinitely more powerful than working for 10 hours once a month. So, stop romanticizing the hustle and grind, burnout culture of intensity. It's a fool's errand. Instead, fall in love with the process. Fall in love with the routine. Design a system for yourself that you can execute consistently, day in and day out for the next 10 years. What small action, if done every day, would completely transform your life? Identify it, commit to it, and then do it. Today, tomorrow, and the day after. That is the simple, unsexy, and brutally effective secret to winning. We've talked about sacrifice, discipline, failure, and consistency, but all of these things are downstream from the one thing that controls everything: your mindset. Your mindset is the operating system of your brain. It determines how you interpret events, how you respond to challenges, and what you believe is possible for yourself. If your operating system is buggy, outdated, and full of viruses like self-doubt and negativity, then none of the other strategies matter. You will fail. The good news is that your mindset is not fixed. It's a muscle. It can be trained. You can intentionally cultivate what I call the billionaire mindset. This isn't some mystical mumbo-jumbo. It's a practical, daily practice of mental training. It's about consciously choosing your thoughts and beliefs instead of letting them be dictated by your environment or your fleeting emotions. And it doesn't require hours of meditation on a mountaintop. You can begin to master this mindset in just 7 minutes a day. That's it, 7 minutes. Less time than it takes to scroll through your social media feed. What do you do in these 7 minutes? You take control. You spend the first few minutes focusing on gratitude, not for what you want, but for what you have. This rewires your brain from a state of lack to a state of abundance. It's impossible to be stressed and grateful at the same time. Next, you spend a few minutes visualizing your success. Not just dreaming about it, but vividly experiencing it in your mind. See the deals closing, feel the handshake, hear the congratulations. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's rehearsal. You are training your subconscious mind to recognize the path to success and to believe that it is achievable. You are making the unfamiliar familiar. Finally, you spend the last few minutes setting a powerful, positive intention for the day. You decide in advance how you will show up. Today, I will be focused. Today, I will be disciplined. Today, I will handle challenges with poise and creativity. You are programming your mind for victory before the day even begins. You are seizing control of the narrative. This simple 7-minute routine done consistently every single morning will have a more profound impact on your success than any other tactic. It will build your resilience. It will sharpen your focus. It will inoculate you against the negativity and doubt that derail most people. Your mindset is everything. It is the lens through which you see the world, and if you can control the lens, you can control your reality. Start today. Give yourself 7 minutes. It's the highest return investment you will ever make. So there you have it. 10 harsh, uncomfortable, and undeniable truths. I haven't coddled you or blown smoke. I've given you the straight, unvarnished reality of what it takes. The question is, what are you going to do with it? Information without action is worthless. It's just trivia. You can click off this video now, feel a momentary burst of inspiration, and then go right back to your old habits, your old excuses, and your old life. Or you can make a different choice. I challenge you right now to pick one. Just one of these 10 truths that hit you the hardest. Was it your comfort zone, your undisciplined habits, the excuses you keep telling yourself? Pick the one that made you the most uncomfortable, because that's where your greatest opportunity for growth lies. And I want you to take one single immediate action on it today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today, right now. Send the email, make the call, throw out the junk food, do the thing you've been avoiding. That one small action is a declaration. It's a vote for your future self. It's the first step on a new path. Success isn't some magical event that happens overnight. It's the sum of thousands of small, correct choices made consistently over time. It isn't easy, but I promise you, it is absolutely worth it. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. The choice is yours. The time is now. Stop watching. Start doing. Start